Tell me if you've ever been guilty of this. You are really focused all day long on something, whether that's like research or publishing to social media or doing things to get exposure for your business or like content marketing or meetings and strategies and decision making. And yet you look back at the end of the day and you realize that like you didn't really accomplish anything. Maybe you have a pile of research, or you have a bunch of social media posts that nobody has engaged with, or you had a bunch of meetings, you were in meetings all day, but nothing is actually done. Well, the language that I got for this from Dan Kennedy was activity masquerading as accomplishment. And this is like, it's perfect language for this. So we spend all day in productivity strategies. We spend all day in like trying to be focused and trying to get work done and trying to achieve our goals. And oftentimes what happens is we're doing all the wrong things because we don't really focus on, okay, what are the things that are actually going to take me closer to my big goals versus what are a bunch of things that I can do today to like mark them off a to-do list. And so the things you can do today to mark them off a to-do list are activity. And getting closer to your goals is accomplishment. And sometimes those two things line up, right? Sometimes those two things line up and they do get you closer to your goals. But oftentimes what happens is you'll do a bunch of activity, but it's masquerading, it's wearing a mask, it's a facade for actually getting things done. And honestly, it's really easy to do. It's double easy, like early on in your career or entrepreneurial journey where you don't have like client work to get done or things to put out for your own business or whatever. Like it's very easy to kind of get lost. And I think it's doubly easy. Like if you're like me and you have ADHD or you work from home or both, it's doubly easy to just kind of let yourself feel like you've been busy all day. And so you feel a little bit good about that, but you also realize like day after day, you're not getting the important things done. So what is this really? Like when you look at it, what is this on a deeper level? I think a lot of times what it is it's actually avoidance of fear. It's avoidance of the fear of failure, the fear of success, the fear of change, the fear of not being good enough. Like we're able to do a bunch of things so that we feel good about ourselves, but we never really have to confront the possibility that we could do a big thing and it could fail, or we could do a big thing and it could be successful. And then suddenly everything around us is changing and we have to deal with that. Or we're growing, and so suddenly we have to deal with more complexity. There's all sorts of fears that we can have that come with this whole entrepreneurial journey or marketing journey or like putting things out into the marketplace. And if we are afraid of those things, we often will do little things almost subconsciously or unconsciously to avoid having to confront our fear. So what can you do instead? Well, number one, you should have a clear path. You should have a clear accomplishment that you want to, something that you want to accomplish, a goal that you want to achieve, to realize within your life. And then you need to look at that goal and you need to say, like, what are the action steps that I have to take that are going to get me closer to that goal? And a lot of times those are going to be the hard things. And that's when you know you're really onto something. You want to find the hard things that do represent like a binary outcome, like you could fail or you could succeed. And you need to like thrust yourself forward into the future, dealing with those hard things, doing those hard things, finding opportunities for failure, and set deadlines on those important projects, on those important next actions that you need to do. And so maybe it is true. Maybe you do need to do research for a particular project, or maybe you do need to put out a first draft of something. And the key with this is that you need to recognize, okay, yeah, you need to do research, but you don't need to spend the next 80 hours of your work time lost in research, meandering here, there, and everywhere else, trying to find whatever research. You need to constrain your research time. You put a deadline on it. You say, okay, I'm going to spend 4 hours researching this very specific thing that's necessary for this, whether that's like potential clients or whether that is the content for your next marketing promotion, whether that is competitive analysis of your industry or Facebook targeting options or whatever it is, right? I'm going to spend 4 hours or 6 hours or 8 hours. Like, limit it. Don't limit it so much that you won't be able to get it done, but limit it enough so that the work doesn't just expand indefinitely, so that you are having this activity masquerading as accomplishment experience. So you limit it, you set a deadline, and then you work hard to beat that deadline, to meet that deadline, and do those hard things within this limited time period so that you are taking an action and an action and an action in pursuit of your most meaningful goals, in pursuit of those accomplishments that you want. And so your activity and your accomplishment can line up, right? And so be careful for this. And this can be just as true in a big business where there's like 50 layers of middle management who all have to have meetings about the next meeting, about the next meeting. Focus on the important stuff. Focus on what you actually want to achieve. Focus on what you want to get done and say, how is what I'm doing now contributing towards that? And how can we make the most progress towards that in the minimum amount of time? And that's when you won't have as much activity masquerading as accomplishment. You'll have activity that leads to accomplishment. And that's how you end up being productive and effective. My name is Roy Furr. This has been a video issue of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. If you got value out of it, make sure that you like it so that the magical algorithms of the internet can share it with people like you. You can also share it yourself with people who might find it valuable. Share your comments, your thoughts on this topic. And you can also subscribe here. You can also go to breakthroughmarketingsecrets.com. The link is in the description with the video to get my content delivered to you Monday through Friday by email. Also, I'm including a link to my training site for marketers and entrepreneurs. If you are serious about the kind of marketing that actually generates results for your business, that's the focus of my marketing training library, and you get access to all of it for a very affordable monthly fee. My name is Roy Furr. Again, this is a video issue of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. I hope you've gotten a lot of value here. I hope that you go out and you have activity that doesn't just masquerade as accomplishment, but that leads to accomplishment. And I look forward to seeing you again in your next video. I'll see you soon. Bye.